Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and uh, and welcome to the Power BI learning start to end. And today's topic is chapter number 4. And if you go through all the chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, so basically this is the model which you are working on, and I given the supportive files to that. And out of that, we created some couple of tables out of that, like product, customer, dates, returns, the sales, and just we group it. So this is the last thing we have done it on the last chapter 3. So on end of this chapter number 3, we created a list actually, which is nothing but my list of dates, and we created a dates out of this. Okay, but right now the date is just like a 1 year column. Okay, I just take it at 2019 as a year and just creating a 365 days. So now we'll start working on how to make this dates table dynamic. What does it mean? So in my sales table, I have couple of date columns, right? In my order date, in my ship date, all everything. So let's take today. Order date is somewhere around 2018 is starting and ending as somewhere around 2021. There are 3 years of data. Okay. So my date table should consist of at least of 3 years. And suppose tomorrow there is an update to my sales table, the date table also should get updated automatically. Okay, so let's take tomorrow there is 2022 data comes to my sales data, or 7 let's say 2023 data came. So based on that, my date continuous range should also change. Right. So how do we do that? So basically, if you click on the date and click on the advanced editor, what is advanced editor? Advanced editor is it will show you the M code of every table what is underlying you are doing. So whatever the transformation you are using on that particular table, right? If you select the table and click on the home tab, that is the advanced editor, then you will able to see lots of things. This is called your M code. Okay. So right now, if you see the M code of your date table, if you see, this is doing it like this. It is starting at 1/1/2019, and based on that 365 date is going there, and for 1 day the duration it is running it, right? So this one I want to make it dynamic based on couple of things. So I will consider the order date and my ship date, and I will say that whichever date I will take from there I will start using it. Okay, so let's go slowly. What I'll do, go to the advanced editor and before to the source. Okay, just enter it, give a space. So what I want to calculate here first, I want to say what is the minimum date sales I have in my model. Okay, so I have one order date, I have one ship date. So I will consider here, let's say I am taking a variable minimum date sales. Okay, then there is a function called list dot min. Okay, I have a function called list dot min. Then inside that I need to take my sales and my order date. In this, you make sure that the case sensitivity should be there. So whatever the order date column, it is a space, you need to give space. If it is a small case, uppercase, anything. Now put a comma. Okay. So now put a done here. Let's see. So one more steps will be added before to the source. That is my minimum date sales. Let's see what's the data I am getting it here. So I am getting 6/1/2018. So this is my minimum dates in my current model. This is my current minimum date. Okay, this is the minimum date I have. Now I'll go to the again, click on the advanced editor. Then I will create another uh, variable which will show me the maximum date sales on my model. So as you know that by previously I should have a function called list dot max, right? And this time I have a choice. So that I could create the order date, or I will take the ship date. What I will take it? I will take through an example for this. Let's take. I have two columns here. Okay, one is my order date and second one is my ship date. So which one I will consider is the max date for my model. So let's take, suppose one order got placed today. Let's say 29/01/2023. Okay. So once one order got placed, right, it will be shipped in within 3 days or 4 days or 2 days. depends upon the availability of the products, right? So the ship date would be maybe, let's take 4 days. So 4 days means today is 29, then 30, 31st, 1 or 2nd. So it will could be around 2nd of Feb, 2nd of Feb 2023. Now, if I consider the list of minimum date, right, maximum date as order date, then I will get till this date. Okay, and if I take the ship date, then I could be chance of this one, and this will very helpful when I'll tell you. Suppose let's take one more example here. Take one more example here. Suppose let's take my order got placed on, let's take 30 December 2022. Okay, so and my ship date was happened on 2nd of January 2023. Now, if I take the max date as order date, now I will get data till 2022 only because this is my max year, right? But if I take the ship date, I can get till the 2023, which is ideal scenario. So always take the date, whichever the max is case of the order date or ship date or anything other than that. So that should be your max date always. Okay, this we need to always consider this. All right. So that on that sense, let's try to do the max. So I will say sales ship date. I think SHFI Okay, I will put a comma here. Let's see. Ship date or shipped date, whatever they be. Yeah, it is like 31st December 2021. This is my last date which I have. This is my minimum date. This is my maximum dates. Okay. Now again, from this two, I will calculate my minimum year and maximum year. So one shot I will create mean year. Okay. So the mean year will be my there is a function called date dot year. Okay, date dot year, and from here what will I? So I will take the minimum date whatever the variable I created. From there I will calculate my minimum year. Okay, so like that I will create maximum year. Same, I say date dot year. Okay, I will say my take the maximum date sales here. Okay, now all right, now put done. Now see, this is my minimum date sales, this is my maximum date sales, this is my minimum year, and this is my maximum year. So you are slowly doing the changes to the change to make the date table as dynamic. Okay, again go to the home tab, click on the advanced editor. So now we got the minimum year and the maximum year. Now I will need the minimum date and my maximum date. Okay, based on the year. So I say min date equals to, I say there is a function which will convert into date. So this will be my date, and it will take three parameters. Okay, first is the year, then my month, then my year, then my date. So year is already I calculated. I will say minimum year, and always my minimum date start at month at 01 and said start at 01 and the date also it will be 01. Okay, 0101 whatever the date would be. Okay, same way I can say my max date equals to as date, I can say my max year. Okay, then I can say 12 month and 31st. This is my data. Let's see. Okay, now minimum date sales is 6/1/2010. This is December. Minimum is 2018. Maximum is 2021. Minimum date is 1/1/2028 and maximum date is 31st December 2021. Right? Absolutely done. We are done with the range of 2018 to 2021 now. Good. Now let's go to the advanced editor again. Now the final part, we will calculate the duration. So duration would be, there is a function called duration dot days. duration dot days. Okay, so it will be like my next date minus my min date. Okay, and always whenever a subtracting, do a plus one, because within that range also it should consider the maximum date and minimum date also. That date also, these two dates also needs to be considered. So always do a plus one. Okay, always. So now the duration. Now let's see this year, this year maximum date, minimum date, and duration is 1461. So almost like 3 years or 4 years of data. Right. So now go to the advanced editor. Now I can change something. So here, first of all, what is query one? Query one is something like, if you see, if you go to my query one is nothing but my list dot dates. Simple. Okay. Nothing there is used I have in the first. If you consider the chapter number 3 now, you will be able to get the know like what I am using inside the query one, list dot dates. Follow up that. Okay. So let's go to the advanced editor. Instead of the query one, sorry, not this one, click on the dates and click on the advanced editor, and instead of the query one I will say list dot my dates. Okay, then this part, now this was hard coded, right? So this part I will consider as my min date. So it will start from my minimum date. Okay, how much duration it will go? 365, right? So I have all my duration already created. So this is my duration, and this is will be like that only. So this part is, this is 1 day, 0 hours, 0 minute, 0 second. That's it. Okay, now if you click on the done, now if you see my date table is completely dynamic now. So I have the data now 2018. If you scroll it, 2018 to 2000 completely. It's not loading, but it is there 2021. So in this way, this is the one way you can create your data to be dates table to be dynamic through your M query. Okay, or through the Power Query. This is a very handy features. Okay, only by doing this you will able to know some basic AM also, AM how to write the AM code. Now let's load the data. Date table got loaded and it is dynamic now. Alright, now see the relationship here. So we will clearly understand the relationship, but right now the dates, now the my product was connected. Okay, so now let's just little bit zoom here. Okay, now product got joined with the product ID. We'll discuss detail on the relationship on next chapter. But right now the product is joined with the product ID. Customer is connected to my customer ID. Now date. So now I have two choices here. So I have order date, I have ship date. So if I take my date and I place it in the order date. So let's take, this is order date. So it is taking one to many. But I have another date also. So if I take or date and into the ship date, the relationship will be existed. So now I have a two relationship between my date and sales. One is my active and one is my non-active. So if you click on this dotted line, right, it you just let me double click. It will be so as it is not active. Okay, but the other one is like active. This one, stick project, and only one relationship between this any table. Suppose you are connecting to any table the relationship will be always one will be active and one will be inactive. So how to handle all these things we will discuss about in the data modeling chapter. Okay, but right now this is the case, date should be connected to both the table. Okay, that's it, and that's it for this chapter, and we'll continue from here where you left it. Okay, thank you.